What's going on, everybody? It's Virtual Handouts 24. Today I'm going to go over Winlater CMOD on Thor, and I'm not going to give you one, not two, but three ways to play Spider-Man Remastered on this bad boy. There we go. So we got 3 containers. This is, I don't know, 2.6.2 version of Winlater, Ludashi. Make sure to get the latest wine version, ARM64. I'm going to try to do this quick, so if you need to pause or go back, that's completely fine. So wine 64, VKD3D, you're going to need 2.4, you're going to need both of the Proton 14s. Box 64, download this one, 0.3.9, you will need it. And then the FX core, we are going to do the most recent one too. I don't think GameHub even has that. 25.11.1. Also, GameHub is on the fritz. If anyone else has realized that, let me know. It's happening on the Pocket S. It already happened on here. Things don't load. I know it's going to the Play Store. I should say it's on the Play Store, but whatever they're doing in between, it's not quite working out with the APK. Or they're going through a big update or something, because that GameHub is wonky now. Adreno tools, again, we're going to be using 26.00 revision 2, so make sure you get that and then install it. And then containers, we will start with this one, container 1. This is what I got this game to work on everything before in the past. Good old Proton, the default one, 86._64. We're going to be doing the 20, it's 26. It doesn't, I like it 25. Let's just change it to 26 to make it easier for everybody. Okay, and then this, this is just the container, so it doesn't really matter. But do Proton, and then DXVK 2.3.1, pulse audio, stretch full, blah, blah. You love how I explain this stuff. This, I don't know about this. I think that needs to be there. There we go. And I got our custom performance. I can't remember if I went over that. And then you click OK, but let's go over the performance, because I'm pretty sure I did not go over that. All right, so custom performance, you go to performance, and then you hit the plus sign, then you get the ability to edit the performance. So we'll keep it at 1. We're changing strong memory to 1. We're changing from 512 to 1024. We're going to see how that works. I don't know. Weak barrier 1, and then that's it. And then effects core preset, you will change something in here. So click down, go to performance, make sure it says performance, click the plus sign, then go to edit. We're going to just change one thing, and that is going to be effects, underscore SMC underscore checks. It's defaulted to mtrack, just like in GameHub. We're going to change it to none. We're going to see how that works too. Okay, so these are our custom performance modes. Once you're done, click the check mark. We're going to go back to shortcuts now, or go to shortcuts. So this is container 1. This is what we're starting with. 800 by 600, all 3 containers, all 3 Spider-Mans are going to be 800 by 600. All 3 Spider-Mans are going to be 26 revision 2. Most of these settings will be the same, slightly different. For this container 1, we're using 2.14.1 Proton. We'll do 12_2 for VKD3D feature level, just for this one. And then for DXVK, it's going to be 2.3.1-1. Now, if you click that and you just have that, you can download that in, let me see. You can download that here. It doesn't matter because we're not going to be using it, because it's going to be VKD3D. So, but if you need to get it, if you're interested in getting it, you just go here and then you would look for it. If you don't see it here, you could go to the interwebs and then install it after you download it. Keep that in mind. All right, back to shortcuts. Let's go to settings. So pulse audio. Just nothing environmental variables. 3.7.1 performance, normal, da 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 da. Nothing else you need to change. I'm gonna load it up. Okay, so we got our little prompt menu here. Click OK. This is always a fantastic sign, which means you did something right. And then we're gonna go toggle full screen. Okay, and then we're gonna go to our settings. Okay. So I forgot to turn that off. All right, so all this is gonna be turned off. Okay, I have this on 120 hertz mode. It still thinks it's 60 hertz. Don't ask me. Okay, and then we're gonna go to graphics, and then you're gonna click very low, but then you're also gonna turn off depth of field, and then field of view, you're gonna minus it to 25. Could probably lower this too, but for now, we'll just keep it. I don't care for this. I don't care for that. That's why they're at 0. Sharpness, keep it at 8. It looks nice. And then you can keep those on, leave them off, whatever you want to do. Lowering the sharpness might give you more performance too, but since nobody wants to play down here, we gotta play up here, we're gonna play that way. And this will take a minute to load, so, well, maybe not a minute. Okay. Oh, cool, I gotta save. I lied to you guys. Alright, so let's pay attention. We got 42 to 44 frames in game menu. Okay. We're using 9.45 gigs of RAM. We are gonna go to, yeah, we don't need to go settings because it's all the same. We just saw it. It's all gonna be the same. So just click continue, and this is strictly just to see what container gets the best performance. They all work fairly well, but I didn't really test all of them out. And this one is kind of like how I did it on the Pocket Ace. It's how I did it on the Pocket S2 Pro. It's how I did it on the Portal. Okay. So when we're not like moving around, it's pretty good. Now if you put out like those FSR 2.1, if you have a later version of the remastered Spider-Man, you get FSR 3. That might be beneficial, but at the same time, like I've only noticed it really, FSR 3 really working on the 8 Gen or the G3 Gen 3 chip versus the 8 Gen 2. Playing without it and just having sharpness on a little higher, like we have it at 8, still looks clean. But the web slinging is where the game, it really struggles. But when we're on the rooftop, you can see like we're getting 38. You know what? I gotta say, like, again, it's no G3 Gen 3. I don't mean to say that like like a snob or anything, but it's definitely playing a little better than I had it playing last time. And that's got to be, you know, obviously the emulator, the CMOD Winlater right here, and that turnip driver 26. Okay, definitely looks better too. Not bad. Okay, so that was container 1. Out with the old, in with the new, right? So let's go to container 2. So container 2 is, what is container 2? So container 2 is going to be the Wine 10 ARM64. We're going to try this one out too. So again, it's going to be 26, revision 2, and then this time for DXVK, or I'm sorry, VKD3D, we're using VKD3D ARM64, okay? And in here, you could change this to that, I mean, and then you get the options to do that, but it's not going to matter because it's a container, and then on top of that, we're not using DXVK. So once you make another container, you have to follow the same steps. You have to go into the container, install Mono and Gecko, and then you have to install Microsoft C++. You have to do everything all over again as you did in the first container to get this game to work. So keep that in mind. Once you build the container, you have to go in the container and get it all set up, and then go out of the container, and that's with creating a shortcut, don't forget. So for this one, we can use FexCore. And I want to try, well, that doesn't matter really, because it's a container. Yeah, I guess you could put it 3.7, or what is it, 0.3.7, and then that latest FexCore, but again, that's just the container. But let's go to shortcuts, because this is where the magic happens. All right, let's go settings. All right, so 800 by 600, 26, revision 2. Remember VKD3D 2.14.1 ARM64. You can leave it at 12_2. You know, I was just trying out the 12_2 to see if I get better performance, but it was the same, no change. And okay, this is where we can use the new box, this 0.3.9 -D and then make sure you are using your custom performance for box 64. And then in here we get the FexCore. So you want to use the latest one and see how it's performance. We could try out that other performance that I made with no checks and see if the game even loads. We'll find out. And then click OK. Go to here. This one should be like a light menu because it's a different container. The first one was a dark one. I kind of like try to change the color so I know, but I made 3, so you know. I'm not sure about the last container. I did that super fast because I was trying to get this going. Alright, so this obviously needs to all be changed. We're going to go off. We're going to turn that off. And then that's off, off, good, good. And then we're going to go to graphics. Alright, so the field is off. Sorry, it was out of focus. But yeah, everything else looks like it's set up correctly. We're going to click OK. And then we're going to click play. And then let's see here. Yeah, it's already in full screen, I guess. Nope, I lied to you again. So real quick, we'll just toggle full screen. Alright, but you see our frame rates? We were in the 40s, now we're in the 50s. But let's see how it plays. Alright. It's a little smoother, not gonna lie. It looks better, I'll say that. Whee! Alright, let's go up the building. Ooh, man, we hit 40 for a minute. But as you can see, the game still looks as clean as it does. But on the rooftops, I would say it's about the same. It looks like it might be a little less. It's hard to say because there's like right there, like I feel like this is slightly better than the first container. But now that we're using a different preset, look at that, 40 frames. But again, we're not moving. Let's see how... Let's see. I mean, I gotta say, like, I know there's slowdown, but this looks so much better than it did last time. I was doing this on the Portal and the Ace. And then for gigs, we're gonna go to settings, and then we're gonna go to display and graphics. And I know it's so tiny. Don't use anything other than FSR.2. We'll go to performance. Okay, so you're gonna get a little haze around Spider-Man, but let's see how the web slinging, if that gets any better.
Hello? Parker, where are you? We must run through the demonstration at least once before the grant committee arrives.
He's a little more blurry, but this web slinging's a little smoother. But then it looks crappier. So that's gonna be your choice. And the Ultra Performance, like if he's not moving around, it looks clean, but once he starts swinging, it gets blurry. That's gonna be up to you what you want to do in the game settings to play this. And as you can see, there's glitching going on already with FSR. Not bad though. Wine Arm 6410 or 10 whatever. Wine Arm 1064 seems to be not bad. A little better than that one. And then container 3 is going to be the Proton 9 ARM 64. So same turnip driver, just not ARM 64, 2.4.1. Just tried to copy these settings, and then I did 3.7 just because it's the container again, like, you know. And then we'll go to shortcuts, and then finally container 3. Again, we're doing 800 by 600. There's our driver, and then Proton 2.1 14.1. And then for this one, I did put DXVK 2.3.1 ARM 64. And then pulse audio. And then we're going to go to advanced. This time we are going to leave it at 3.7. We're not going to change the container. We're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it on performance. And then FX core. And then we're going to do the performance one we just did with no checks. And then essential. Nothing changed. I'm going to load this one up now. And feel free to mess around with those settings, but as long as you get this little menu, you're on the right path. So we're going to go to our settings, make sure everything is off, looking good. We're going to go back to graphics, make sure everything's low, depth of field, and then as you can see, all that is off. Very good. Click OK. And then we're going to click play. This one I don't think I have a save, so I might have to... I don't think I have full screen on. There you go. All right, so frame rates are like as of the Wine ARM 64, so these are slightly better containers. Click continue. I wasn't even paying attention to the RAM in the last game. So it looks like it's about the same amount of RAM. And we gotta watch this. I can't skip this, can I? Alright, I'll pause it until we get to actual gameplay. Okay, here we go. Well, in a minute. Alright. Okay. This one, it doesn't seem like it, but it might be the best. Get to the rooftop. But our frame rates are not nearly as high as they were in Wine ARM 64. Keep that in mind.
Captain Watanabe, did you take him down yet? No. We're at 5th Tower, but still waiting on the warrant. Mind if I join in on the fun? You know how his lawyers are. This one needs to go by the book. Come on, Yuri. I've been waiting 8 years for this. You really want to help? Head to Times Square.
Yeah, no.
Like his guys are trying to
This
keep my
one,
backup from reaching the scene. You got it. Almost there.
we'll just land. This one, like, look how slow the camera turns. HN2 is not a fan of this setup right here. So I would advise you to not go with the FX core unless you know a better way of setting it up. Yeah, no, we're getting the... I don't know, it's too hard to tell. But just from this little bit, it's like seems very much inconsistent, but very more slow than normal speed. The swinging is a little improved, but him just standing and turning seems to be a little slower. See, like, we haven't hit 40 once just standing. Oh, we did there, but I don't know, it's too hard to tell. Just from me moving this stick, it feels slower. So I would definitely check out Wine ARM 64 and that setup and go with that. This one works, and it does work good at times, but it's very inconsistent. Might need to play around with the FX core performance. Maybe try compatibility or intermediate or even performance. But man, this game got so much... Well, the emulator is making this game... Like right there, him climbing up the wall is how the game was all the time. All staticky. It was never like, even this is slow, but it's so much smoother than it was like a couple months ago. And Winlater's been always the way to go for this game, not Game Hub. So yeah, I'll have to work on the FX core one, the Proton ARM 64 version, see if I get better performance. I kind of like just guessed with this one, but maybe I could tweak it a little more in the future to get it better. But that Wine ARM 64, when I downloaded that, I was like, I gotta try this out. It was great. So take it or leave it. Gave you 3 ways to play Spider-Man. On your Ayn 2, on your Ayn Thor, on your whatever. So thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your night. Take care.